Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the podcast, another episode of Caffeine and Green with your man, Connor Cardenas. And before we get into it today, I just want to give a huge shout out to all my homies at Steel Mill Coffee. That's right. Head on over to get your coffee in this crazy pandemic. We have my homies, Anna, Giles, Lil C, Riley, and of course, my man, Shay Cooper, who you are all very familiar with. And just get a coffee. It's amazing. They let us use the space. So again, thank you to everybody at Steel Mill. And if you guys haven't already, head over to caffeineandgreenroasting.com to get your coffee, the Issa Blend, and of course, the Tyler Southside Schaefer Pro Coffee Bag. That's right. My homegirl, Tyler Schaefer, has an amazing single origin Guatemala Tenango coffee that is dark, it's chocolatey, it's caramel, and it's has a little bit of cherry. So I really, really like that coffee. It's been a hit. So guys, it's very, very limited, so head over to caffeineandgreenroasting.com to get one of your limited pro coffee bags from my homegirl, Tyler Schaefer. All right, my guest today is none other than my man, Chance Saller. Chance, I'm so sorry if I got that wrong, but it's my homie, Chance, and he is the video content creator for Jiu-Jitsu X, and we get into what that is in the podcast, but Chance is so awesome. He opened up my eyes to so many different things I have no knowledge about, and he's just awesome to talk to. He talks a little bit of shit, and I love that. And you know what? He can back it up because this fool is, I believe, a purple belt or brown belt in jiu-jitsu. We did get into that as well. But love Chance, love talking to him, and guys, I really hope you enjoy it as much as I did. It was a treat, and I do apologize about how long this took, guys. I was kind of a dummy, but regardless, Chance, my man. This is your time to shine, homies. Let's go. Caffeine and Green. It's your boy Connor. What's good? Good. Caffeine and Green. And we're live.
Sweet.
Chance Saller. I said it right?
No, he said Saller. It's Saller.
Shit. Chance Sailor.
Saller.
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 Okay. It's good. You can say it doesn't matter because everyone either calls me Chase or anything else. I mean, I've been called everything under the sun.
Chase.
Yeah.
Chance is so easy to remember.
It is, but people, I think they don't think it's a name, and then they're like, oh, Chase.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. But I did it to a friend the other day, and I knew his name, but it's because we have two guys we use who they, like, it's called an uke. So the person the instructor uses to demonstrate the move.
Oh, okay.
And there's two. It's Austin and Kyle. And they're names that are so far apart, but for some reason, I see Austin, and I always say Kyle. And the last time I did it, I was like, I'm not going to fuck up your name. I'm not going to fuck up your name. And I fucked up his name.
You looked right at him and just called him
Kyle.
Oh, man.
And I was about to roll. I was like, hey, I'm not going to fuck up your name. Kyle. Nope, it's Austin.
Damn it.
I was like, you can just beat me up now. I don't care.
How long have you known him for?
A year?
Okay. Oh, before we get into it, it's like people who might not know who you are and like or know what you do. So you are talking about Legion.
Yep.
You are an active jiu-jitsu practitioner. Mm-hmm. I've seen you. You're a purple belt. Are you a brown belt now?
I'm purple.
You're a purple belt?
Been a purple for 5 years.
Dude. Hey,
Long
man.
time. Veteran.
I've learned some of the best moves in jiu-jitsu from my homeboy Perry, who's a purple belt. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like purple belt's just like a solid base.
It's the hardest. I feel like it's the hardest one to break out of because you spend a lot of your time just kind of, you're just there and you're trying to develop your style. Like purple is where you're developing who you are, and then you get to brown belt, and it's like the step before black. Because there's some guys who will spend 0 time at color belts, get to brown, and then they're developing even more. Or you'll have those guys who will take forever at color belts, and they've already developed so much at color. When they get to the upper ranks, like to brown belt, they spend 0 time there because they've already developed themselves. Like there's so many kids from like AOJ, Costa Mesa,
Art of Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, Art of Jiu-Jitsu, that have been training for 15 years already. They spend all their time at the kids' color belts. They get to the adults, and they're fucking people up. They spend like a year at each rank so they can win worlds, and they get to black belt. There's this this one kid, there's a tournament in Nashville, and I was supposed to, I know we're like bouncing around now.
Dude, you're going fast.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, but wait. Before we get into that, real quick, yeah.
Sorry.
But like at the same time, I like it because you just like, it's so easy to talk to you about it because it's like, dude, we can kind of geek out on it.
Yep.
But we can geek out on a lot of stuff. We can talk about videography or cinematography, if you will, because you're a director as well. And you also love coffee. That's actually how we met.
Yep.
Yeah, I was roasting at my previous job, and you walked in. You had a jiu-jitsu shirt on, and I was like, I looked over at Liav, and I was like, yo, I think that dude trains or something. And then we had actually been talking about it, and then a couple days later, she was like, dude, that guy Chance? And I was like, who's Chance? And she's like, that guy with the jiu-jitsu shirt. And I was like, oh yeah. She's like, he trains. And she's like, it's a place called Legion or something like that. And I was like, oh. And then that's how it sparked us talking. So it's like, yeah, we can. I mean, and then I found out about how you've like connected all the things, and that's why you moved, like essentially why you moved out here.
Yep.
Because you're originally from North Carolina.
I'm originally from Illinois. I started training in Illinois around the Chicago area.
Okay.
And then my dad got a job transfer when I was in my senior year of high school, out to North Carolina.
Dude, bummer. Did you have to finish high school in North Carolina your senior year?
I did, but that's actually a reason why I'm at where I'm at now. Because I went to college in North Carolina, and I found a really good group of friends who were really into film.
Okay.
We'd make all these movies together, and I wanted to go into film, but like that senior year was amazing. I found a key group of friends who were really into film, and then one of my friends went to college for film. I was like, well, that's what I want to do. So I took a year at a community college and then transferred out there and started making movies. And then I started training jiu-jitsu even more when I was out there because I found a really good gym.
And this is in North Carolina?
Yeah,
okay.
In Wilmington, North Carolina, which is like right off the ocean. And that kind of led me through a bunch of different paths. It's really strange.
In what way?
Well, so when I got out to North Carolina, I was at a gym under a guy named Lucas Lepre. Lucas wasn't the head instructor there, but he was the affiliate leader. And Lucas is really big in jiu-jitsu, but it was this guy named Jonathan Uzgadagi, who I don't talk to. I don't like him that much.
What was the name?
His name's Jonathan Uzgadagi.
Oh, Jonathan Uzgadagi.
Yeah, and
okay.
he's, I don't want to talk about him because I don't want to plug him.
Okay, no.
I fucking hate that dude.
No,
but I spent 3.5 years at his gym, and I got really good. I got my purple belt under him, and then I got a job up in New York off of a bunch of different things from school because I linked up a lot of things at a film festival.
Yeah, okay, so I saw that. I had read that, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I don't think I've told you this, but my mother works in the film industry. She worked in Hollywood for a really long time. She's made movies. She produced a lot of movies. She was a script supervisor when she started. So when I was reading about your film stuff, I was like, oh, what? And now my mom does like professional photography. She got her master's in that, and so she's been a photographer and like does photo shows and stuff like that. So I was really interested in like, you just kind of were like glazing over that, but it's like, dude, you went to New York, you got all these films, and you sent me a bunch of the links to the videos that you were making. Like, tell me about these things because that's super exciting. I mean, my mom was the first person who put a camera in my hand when I was like 12 or 13.
My grandpa gave me a Sony Handycam when I was like 6, and I used to film. I had stuffed animals from Build-A-Bear, and I used to like hold the camera here and press record and then like have them fight and then do the voices in post on an old Macintosh.
So people who can't see, Chance is holding his face to his like shoulder and he's like squeezing it in between. Yeah.
I would hold it and then I'd keep it stable like right in between my cheek and my shoulder, and I'd like have them fight. And then I would go into Mac and they had all these like preset effects, and I would add lightning and shit like that. I can't find these anywhere. My grandpa has them somewhere. And what else did I do? Oh, my grandpa would put them on DVDs for me, or VHSs. He would put them on VHS and he put them on DVDs. I don't know where they're at now. They're gone. But that's how I got my start.
Dude, that's rad. At 6 years old.
It was like 6. It was really young. It could have been even younger.
What was that feeling though? Like if you're saying it's at 6, is that just like the first time you experienced it, or is like you picked it up, you're like, no, this is it?
It was one of those things where I picked it up and I started messing around with it, and it was so fun to make things.
Sick.
And I kind of trace it back now. I feel like that's the genesis of everything I've done. I like creating. I've always liked creating things. I've always liked making things. Like I used to make comic books, and I used to read things where people were creating things. Like Captain Underpants was another influence
Captain
for me.
Underpants.
Yeah, because they in the first Captain Underpants, they talk about their general operation because they make all their little comic books at school. So they make the original, and then they go and they print it at the school. Like they would sneak in and they get manuscripts printed or the bunch of, I don't know what the word I'm thinking of is. They'd print a bunch of copies.
Okay.
And then they'd go sell them to their friends for 25 cents. But it's all these hand-drawn stuff that they created themselves. And something about making original properties or things that you made in your head and then dispersing them so people could see them was so much fun to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it kind of blew up from there. But I really didn't understand what I wanted to do, I think, until I got older, like high school.
Okay.
Like I knew I wanted to create, but I had a bunch of, I hear this water like jiggling around.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think I actually realized what I wanted. Like I wanted to be a cartoonist.
Damn.
All this stuff.
So you can draw too?
No.
No.
I could sort of. I could draw Dragon Ball Z characters.
Okay.
But I couldn't really draw them in poses or anything. So it really just kind of like what can I do that doesn't involve drawing? And that was either like stop motion. So I did Lego stop motions for a while when I was in middle school.
Okay.
And you know what stop motion is?
I don't.
Okay, so stop motion is when you animate. It's a type of animation like Nightmare Before Christmas is a big example.
Oh, okay. So like
Yeah.
almost claymation, almost.
Sort
in a
of, but I
sense.
used Legos. So I used the
Sick.
Lego figures, and it was really big when I was, I was 13 when I was doing that, so 12 to 13. And
That's what you did for fun.
Yeah.
Like when you went home, you would like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make these stop
I
motion films.
I got picked on a lot, so because I did Taekwondo for a while, and kids would pick on me because I did Taekwondo. So I would just
kick them.
couldn't get into fights. so I would just hang at home and play with Legos and then just like take pictures of them. And you would take one picture, move it, take a picture, move it, take a picture, move it. And I put up on YouTube. And they're still on YouTube, but no one's ever going to see them. And
Wait, so how old are you, Chance?
I'm 25.
25. Yeah, you're youngin', dude. God damn. This is what you, because like when you say, oh, I just threw it up on YouTube, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
damn, son. Like,
I was on YouTube at the beginning, 2006. YouTube started. That's like I think YouTube started a little earlier than that, but I was like when YouTube like started getting up there.
Yeah.
I was there with my first channel.
with your first channel.
I have like 4 or 5 YouTube channels.
Damn.
There's 4 that are completely inactive that I still know the passwords to, but I will never touch them again.
Yeah. They're just like, no, we're just going to take those.
Yeah,
down.
we're gonna leave them there, but no one's gonna know it's me. I went in and deleted all the things where it was my face and my name on them because I don't want to be associated with them anymore.
Oh, wow.
Just because it's so cringe. I can't stand being cringy.
Nice.
So that's where I think that's where the big leap was. Like I went from, okay, well I want to draw stuff and be a cartoonist, and then from there I went to, oh, well, shit, this is kind of cool. I can take pictures of Legos, make them move. You don't have to deal with actors, and you do voice acting. I like doing voice acting.
I was going to say, you did the voices too?
Yeah, I did the voices. It was like
Yes,
it was a
dude.
13-year-old kid doing voices.
Sick,
so.
dude. I'm loving this.
Yeah.
Yes. Dude, okay, so you're doing the stop motion. You get I kind of want to, tell me about your group of friends in high school. You found them and they helped you kind of like push you in the direction of doing film and doing these other things, but like to me as a skateboarder, it was only, natural, somebody in your group is going to end up either going to, get a camera or somebody's going to become the designated filmer, essentially, for the most part. And it works its way out. But that's how I got into filming people. And then, it wasn't until right when I met you is when I started doing this. It was like a little over a year ago. But you, sir, from what I can tell, you did a lot of film, and then it was just some martial arts, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you start filming first?
Well, I mean, yeah, the first thing I started filming was those stuffed animals.
Okay. Oh, the stuffed animals. Yes,
Yeah,
that's right. You did
the
say that.
Build-A-Bears. I had a really bad Build-A-Bear obsession.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to Build-A-Bear a lot. And
Wow.
it was kind of like, I did get picked on a lot, so I had Build-A-Bear, and those were like my only friends.
Got the mic. Go like this. Turn it up towards you. The other way.
Good. No,
There you go.
right there.
Perfect.
That's always the awkward thing, is telling people they're using the equipment wrong. I should know how to do this.
No, you were just like, yeah, I could hear you kind of slowly getting away. So I was just like, oh, turn the thing this way.
They're slowly getting farther and farther away as I talk about childhood
Dude,
trauma.
as you're getting like more comfortable, you're just like, people start to fade back a little bit. And it's like, oh, you gotta get closer to the mic.
It's really hard to keep a straight posture and then be relaxed at the same time.
You know, because the more comfortable you get, it's like just like, oh, you're kind of like, your shoulders start to slump a little bit.
Yep.
Either way. So, Build-A-Bear, your homies, did you start filming like athletics or other martial arts or?
No, I never filmed any martial arts until I never actually linked up filming jiu-jitsu no, I did. In college, I did one experiment. So in college, one of the earlier classes, it's FST 200. It's like, it was either 201. No, it's 201 because there's like the earlier classes.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do an experimental. An experimental is everything you can think of that doesn't belong in a regular film. So if you like Marvel, it's going to be the exact opposite of what Marvel is.
Okay.
I consider it pretentious, but I get it.
Pretentious?
I consider it pretentious, but I can understand why people like it.
The experimental.
The experimental.
Okay.
I always find experimental film to be pretentious just because the people who do it are elitist. And you could feel like they're gatekeepers. They're like, hey man, back off, bro. I shoot on 35 millimeter. Go fuck yourself. No one cares. I could swear, right? No one cares.
Dude, yes, please. Okay. Just do you, bro. And that's some cold brew that you're sipping on right now. You're one of the few, dude, I swear to God, in over 100 episodes, I think maybe less than 20, dude, maybe even less than like 15 have actually drank coffee on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny that it's called, the show's called Caffeine and Green. There's no weed and there's no coffee.
Well, I mean, we can definitely make weed.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we have weed. So, but I mean, that's like, especially with COVID now, it's just been like, I've especially when COVID started.
Yeah.
When I was socially distanced and not seeing nobody, I had to see some of my homies. I would literally just be like, hey, come over, let's smoke a joint. They're like, dude, I'm not gonna share a joint with you. I was like, no, I'll roll you a joint. You stand 6 feet away. I'll give it to you, and then we could smoke together. And they're like, really? And I was like, yeah, bro. Like,
man, I actually haven't seen one of my friends from high school. He lives up in LA. He's the reason I went to that college.
Okay.
He lives in LA. I haven't seen him since March. Ooh, crispy. I haven't seen him since March. He's still socially distancing. He won't see me. He won't go.
Tough.
I want to see him. I want to see a way to get to see him because I'm like, come on, man. Just
is he at risk? Does he have a health problem?
No. He's healthy. He's perfectly healthy. He's a 25-year-old healthy. No, he's 26 now. He's a healthy 26-year-old.
He's old, man.
Yeah, he's old. Well, he is old. He listens to financial podcasts.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that, man. He's trying to better his future.
Yeah,
you know
I still like giving him shit for it.
Financial status. Got to get there, G.
Oh, he's definitely doing better than I am.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. See, you got to do, to get the things that you've never had, you got to do things that you've never done.
Hey, he's better than I am. He's got a PS5 right now. He got his hand on the PS5. I don't know how.
Dude, I think the last gaming console I had was a PlayStation 2.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude.
I was going to get a PS5. I have a PC. I have a gaming PC, and I have a PS4.
Are you like World of Warcraft type shit?
No.
No. Sorry, I'm not too versed in games.
Oh, you're fine. I don't play any online games, really, just because I had that phase in high school, and then I just realized I really like story games, because a lot of story games, I've gotten some of my best ideas from playing video games, especially story games, where you can immerse yourself and you find time in those. You lose yourself in a world, and that's the best ideas I've ever have been from video games. So I spend a lot of my time in story games. Like, I'm really excited for Cyberpunk 2077 to come out, because that game I can see that's going to be an immersive game.
What is it called?
Cyberpunk 2077.
2077.
It takes place it's based off an old tabletop game.
Okay.
Called Cyberpunk. It's either like 2020. Something like that, but it was
ironic.
It was an older, yeah. We don't have flying cars.
Hey, now that we know about, dude.
If Elon can get some flying cars, that'd be great.
Dude, you know what? To like not put not to put too much of a damper on that, but I was dating this girl recently, and she was like, I bet they don't have flying skateboards yet, and I was like, correction. There
pull
you
it
go.
up?
And I sent her the text, and it was like a Saturn, not a Saturn, Jupiter. Fuck. I was gonna say Jupiter. What is it? Lexus. Thank you. Isn't one of those like a fancy Saturn or something like that? I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe not. But Lexus made like. Oh, it's Toyota. It's a fancy.
It's one of those.
Damn it. But they made like a floating hoverboard, and this dude like jumped a ramp with the hoverboard. Swear.
All right,
Look
so
it
we're
up,
getting-
everybody.
we're
It's there. And she was like, I stand corrected.
Oh man. Oh man.
Dude, yeah. So, I mean,
I mean, if you think about it, we are in the future, and
dude, we are the future, bro.
We are in the future because you can. I mean, shit. You can call your parents. If you call your parents, I don't know. People might have problems with their parents.
Weird.
Yeah, this is awkward. You can just FaceTime your friend, and you can see their face. Zoom calls. Half of the. If this would have happened maybe 20 years ago,
Yeah.
man, you'd be calling, you'd be dialing into meetings, and you wouldn't see anyone's face. People could be naked. I mean, you can be naked now if you want, but you can see people. You can hold classes.
Dude,
So-
but that's also,
I hate
you've
that.
been hearing about people getting caught up, like watching porn and stuff in these meetings. Yo,
It's a problem.
hella crazy. I've been hearing people getting put like, get caught. They have the sound on, and you can hear just like, and then you just see them like kind of doing their shit. Like,
no.
son, that's hella
Oh.
nasty.
Just hold off for like the hour or whatever.
That's what I'm saying, bro. People are hella dirty.
Why
like,
do you why do you jerk off on your phone? Not on your phone. Just do it on your phone. Don't do it on your computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Your phone's there. You just have
It's a
that.
computer. It's just a smaller screen, bro.
Yeah.
Just it's okay.
People just want to have the bigger screen. They're obsessed with the bigger screen. That's why the phones are getting bigger so you can watch more porn.
Dude, I remember a couple years ago I was in New York City, and my homeboy Gabri, his name's Gabri, he's from Italy. He was dating this girl from Japan, and they were both immigrants. It was super awesome. They were really rad, and she used to make all these crazy desserts in her like little ass apartment. And like, dude, the stove was literally right next to the door, and she'd just be sitting there making these like, dude, so amazing, like better than C's candy, but like of the caliber, like with the hard shell, intricate little designs on top with the chocolates. It was amazing. But what was I telling you that? I hella forgot. That's why she had this phone before like the iPhones were like as gnarly as they are now.
Yeah.
She showed me the back of this phone, and it had like a full-on like digital camera on the back of the phone. And she was like, this is how they do it in Japan. It was so much more technically advanced than anything we had here in America. And she was like, oh yeah, they have all the new shit in Japan. I was like,
I want to go to Japan really
let me
bad.
see that, dude. Let me see that. And I look at him like, what the fuck? This thing's amazing.
As you can tell by all the Japanese anime tattoos I have, I definitely want to go
Dude,
to Japan.
I honestly don't think I've ever actually seen you with your arm exposed.
Really?
To be honest, because you either have a sweater on or I see you with your gi top on.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah. And then the video you sent me the other day,
It
you're
was
wearing a
long
long sleeve gi. Yeah, like
And I was wearing a long sleeve rash guard. And
rash
that,
guard, sorry.
man, that was so long sleeve rash guards are completely unflattering on me. I find myself just watching,
Unflattering.
like just looking like, you fat piece of shit.
what are you talking about, bro? You're
I
like
know.
solid, like bro.
But see, that's the head thing. But like, I don't ever show off my tattoos, and I love my tattoos.
What? Let me see that. Let me hold it
This
up real
is
quick.
so the one on my left arm. It's if
Hold it
people
like
can
this.
see.
There we go.
My left arm is all black and gray, and my right arm is color.
Dude, that's
obviously.
actually really sick. Those are nice tattoos. It looks like a comic book.
Yeah, I had Turk do this at Left Hand Black.
Recently?
It was in July. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is more of a recent thing.
This
then.
is a recent one. This is
Oh,
from a year
shit.
ago, and this one's also from a year ago. And those are the ones I have. But
Dude, sick, man. Dude, does Chelsea have any tattoos?
yeah, she's got a Minecraft tattoo. So she's got the pickaxe from this game called Minecraft.
I was gonna say not Minecraft, the one where you're pressing the buttons and it like blows up.
No, it's no Minecraft. It's the one where you're it's a 3D game where you're mining for shit.
Okay.
A lot of kids like it, but Kelsey and I started dating, playing Minecraft together.
Oh, okay.
Kelsey, for everyone, Kelsey's my wife.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And then she's also got so I have an Adventure Time tattoo right here. She also has an Adventure Time tattoo. But our dog's name is Bimo. And she took, there's a character from that show named Bimo. So she got a tattoo of that character with a little like squid on its head. And that's because our dog BMO had a little, when we first got her, we got this stuffed animal that was a squid. And she never destroyed that toy. She would sleep with it.
Yeah.
And it never got a hole in it. And so we still have it, but we're worried she's going to tear it up now. But it's a cool tattoo.
Tight.
Those are the only two she has.
Oh, okay. Okay. Are you going to get more?
Yeah, December 16th, I'm getting some line work done.
From Turk?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm getting on this arm, probably right here, like on my forearm. I'm going to get a...
Your right arm for everybody who can't see this.
Right. My right arm, forearm, hard to describe things. But I'm going to get a zombie Peppermint Butler eating a lemon.
What is it?
It's this character called... He's called Peppermint Butler. He's exactly what he is, what it sounds like. He's a Peppermint Butler.
Okay.
He's also a demon.
Oh.
So...
Is he from a comic book as well?
He's from a TV show called Adventure Time. It's another kid's show.
Oh, okay.
So we watch a lot of cartoons.
Okay.
So,
dude, I need to know these things. I don't know
totally
anything about these.
Yeah.
And I'm blown away.
A lot of my entertainment is cartoons.
Okay.
I haven't grown past cartoons. I don't think I ever will.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with that.
I love anime and I love cartoons.
Yes.
And honestly, cartoons, especially throughout COVID, they get you through a lot.
Dude, okay, I have to say your page was definitely one of my favorites as we're going through the fucking, the second wave of COVID, and it's actually probably a lot worse, but I feel like the first lockdown was a little bit scarier because we didn't know anything yet really, and it was super uncertain. People were I've talked about this at nauseum on the podcast before, especially recently, which is I didn't leave my house for 4 days. It was the longest stint I ever did. And I would watch your Instagram page and Instagram story, and then my other homegirl, Liz Yang, if she's ever listening to this, shout out Liz. But dude, her fucking Instagram page is just these kind of chick ones, but hella funny. But then New Yorker, and then all these other things. And then there's yours, and it has the little cartoon that in the square 4 blocks. Yo. I'm dying half the time when I see those things.
I'm happy that I've realized I started just reposting memes 2 years ago, and people liked it. They responded well to it. Yeah. And it's really easy for me to do. I was like, all right, cool. Let's keep doing that. And it's fun. It's just fun to post and then get people to respond. They laugh at it. And it got me through COVID.
Dude, I definitely like it when you do, especially because I'll definitely go to the pages sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
There was there was one video I remember that you posted, and it was a Japanese art by style or art by life or something like that. And it was the 4 little things. I don't know. They look like little white balls, but they were making music, and it was off of your page.
Oh, it was the cats. It was the.
Was there cats?
Maybe they're cats. I don't know. They were little. I know because they were little chibi characters, and they were all making the beat.
Yeah, and they're making the beat, and then it's one of them's hitting the stomach on the other one's blurp blurp. Fuck. I don't know. There's so many memes I've seen over COVID, so it's just that one was the one I was oh, I'm gonna start watching Chance's page more. But I like it specifically when you do if there's one part of it, and then you would have to swipe to the right. You'll just post this
I gotta post the whole thing.
Yeah, you post the whole thing.
if there's a story to it, you have to post the whole thing. Yep. Otherwise, why the fuck was I laughing at it?
Exactly.
You need to know why I was laughing at it.
Dude.
That's why I don't like posting video ones, because I realize no one clicks on things. If it involves someone clicking a link, most times they're not going to do it.
I've definitely heard that before. That's why the swipe up is so important, because it's most of the time people aren't going to click the link in the bio. You really have to hustle.
Yep.
But it's how are you going to click the link in the bio if people aren't watching your shit?
Yep.
So it's it's this.
Everyone's got to work there. I just have this. So I also help out with Keenan's. This is unrelated. This is kind of related. So
super related.
I help out with Keenan's YouTube.
Yes. Well, before we get into that, hold on. Cool. Before we get into that, because again, we kind of have just been talking.
We've been bouncing around.
You've been bouncing around, but so you do Jiu-Jitsu X.
Yeah.
This is kind of leads back to we talked about you work for Legion or you train at Legion.
Okay, so I do a bunch of things.
Okay.
I'll just break it down. So when I started working for Keenan, I started
Keenan
Cornelius, God in Jiu-Jitsu, black belt. No.
YouTube sensation.
Keenan Cornelius, Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's very well known. Just look him up. I'm not going to name his accolades because I don't know all of Keenan's accolades. He's I would say he's the second best known American grappler. Yeah, he's the second known best American. He's the second known. What the fuck? am I
Second
trying to
best
say?
known.
Yeah, there's Gordon Ryan, then there's Keenan.
I was gonna say
Cornelius.
the only other dude I know
Yeah.
is probably Gordon Ryan.
Except Gordon doesn't do no-gi and gi jiu-jitsu, where Keenan does both.
he
So
doesn't,
it's-
or he doesn't do gi.
He doesn't do gi.
Yeah, he doesn't know
Keenan
gi.
does both.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, I would say Keenan is a little better known than Gordon when it comes to like the jiu-jitsu community.
More recognizable.
More recognizable.
Okay.
Throughout COVID, there was the two sides. There was Keenan, and then there was the Gordon side, who was like going your comments and calling you a fucking loser. And then, well, he wasn't saying loser; he was saying another word.
So for people who don't know, who might not know the jiu-jitsu world, Gordon Ryan is another jiu-jitsu practitioner who is very self-proclaimed. I mean, I follow him. Yeah.
He is the best no-gi grappler in the world, hands down. I'm not going to deny that. He also is known for injecting supplements into his body.
Stop.
He's never denied. He's never denied. He just says Jesus and what's the other one? Yeah, Jesus and the Bible. Yeah, that's what he always says.
Jesus in the Bible. What?
He's joking. He's saying that everyone who does jiu-jitsu is on steroids.
Oh.
And including himself. Most people in jiu-jitsu are on steroids.
Bro, I have never injected anything into my ass, but you see how small I am, so it's not a big deal. If I started looking just jacked, I'd be like, yo, Kano's definitely on steroids.
I don't have to worry about people ever saying I'm on steroids. I don't look like I'm on steroids at all. All the weight I've put on naturally. So
all that editing, son.
all the editing, all the lifting I do, it's natural. I'm 180 pounds.
Nice.
It's good enough.
Hey man, you look good. Yeah.
I feel a lot bigger. I feel a lot strong. It's great now. It's cool. Lifting definitely helps with jiu-jitsu. Like the other day I was, like in that video you saw me roll with Austin. Austin's 170.
Dude, you were standing with this full in a straight body lock on you. Standing up straight.
It's weird. It's gotten easier for me to just stand up with people. Like I did it the other day. I had somebody in closed guard and I stood up and picked him up. And he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, what are you eating? I'm just lifting. I'm just doing a lot of deadlifts. It's very easy for me to pick people up
Well,
now.
bro, you're 25 too, so you're about to now kind of growing into that. You know?
I think I just hit my man strength.
There you go. There you go. You feel me? Like that older, like mid-20s kind of strength. Then you're gonna go into that 30s, and then it's all downhill after that.
It's all
bro.
downhill. It's all gonna crack.
Then
And
it
especially
sucks.
because I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 10 years, so my
Damn.
body's gonna break down.
Eventually.
Yeah.
It'll happen. But the great thing about jiu-jitsu is you can go for fucking ever.
Yeah, I just slow it down. Just don't do as much explosive movements, things like that. But
Chess, not checkers. There you go.
there we go.
Yeah.
Although athletes are starting to get into jiu-jitsu now, and it's making it kind of hard for people who aren't athletes to do jiu-jitsu professionally,
Yeah.
because those guys are fucking good.
Yeah, but then that just pushes everybody pushes everybody to elevate a little bit more.
Hey, the sport is actually becoming a sport now. People like Helio Gracie would not survive today. They would not. And
You don't think so?
No, they wouldn't. Helio never lifted. If Helio went like against someone like Gordon Ryan, Gordon would fucking kill him.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, shit. You can't say anything like that.
Dude, you can't. What I just noticed, even over COVID, when I was training like just so much, dude, I'm not a big guy, but I definitely started to put on muscle, like and noticeably, like to the point where a couple of my homies were just like, dude, what? Like, yo, have you been working? I'm like, no, literally, I've just been like training and then just sitting and editing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you. It's like natural.
All I was doing was just lifting, and I had a
Yeah.
couple people say like, "Man, you're getting puffy," and they meant like bigger. I'm like, I guess.
That's tight though, man. You got to
Yeah.
throw that weight around.
Yep.
But it's also like for the pressure, just to fucking
You can just squeeze.
just squeeze
I
the
can-
motherfucker.
it's kind of is sadistic to say. My favorite thing to do is pass. And people who don't know what jiu-jitsu is, in jiu-jitsu you have people who play bottom, which is the guard. It's
Yeah.
where you're on your back.
You're pulling guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's another style of people who are passers. And there's another style that's submission guys. They kind of just play everything. But I'm a passer. I like getting through what people are good at. And my favorite thing to hear is when I squeeze them, when I pass, and they make a noise. I like when I squeeze and they go, you're like, okay, cool. This worked really well.
From like side control, or what's your best frame of attack?
My best frame is to force someone to get into a butterfly guard and then pass there to side control.
How do
And
you
then
force
mount
to
up.
butterfly guard?
Usually you kind of let them get a guard they want and then give them an option. You don't give them any other option. So you give them the illusion of choice. Like, okay, you can play De La Riva here, or you got a better option for butterfly. So I'm just going to sit down. Now the only option you have is to play butterfly. And now I'm going to start working my game because I've minimized your options. Now I've made you play a game I'm familiar with. And I realized a lot of the top people, they don't play games they're not good at. They make you play games they're good at, and they don't give you any other options to play those other things. Yeah. So, like, no one knows how to pass lapel guard. And that's what Keenan Cornelius is known for.
Dude, yeah. I've been watching a lot of his videos about the lapel guard because that's definitely not something that I learned from my coach, and that's no shade. I didn't never learned it, and then I saw the videos, and I always see that you shoot the videos. I'm just like, oh, well.
Yeah.
It's supporting the homies. So it's like, oh, I want to learn something new, and then plus it's your YouTube video or your YouTube filming. You're filming, sorry.
Very good.
That are doing this. So it's really kind of exciting to watch it. And then I know when I'm filming stuff, I learn it better because I'm seeing it go down. So I know you're probably like super critiquing it at that point.
At that point, a lot of the stuff I've learned, it's weird. It's become, I don't actually learn from watching technique anymore. I just kind of learn from watching people roll.
Like patterns wise or?
Patterns. Like if I see something that I think is pretty interesting, I'll be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Well, how'd they do that? And I can scrub through it. But I don't learn from technique videos anymore. I learn from live application, from watching people roll and then applying it in the roll. And I think that's partially just having a bad attention span. So drilling's boring to me. So rolling is the only way I can actually apply technique and get better.
Well, you're essentially I was going to say like a visual learner, but that's not a good way to describe it because you said you don't like.
I learn by doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I make the mistake 6 or 7 times in a row. I had it yesterday. I was rolling with this kid named Juno, really good purple belt, and he hit me with the same move 5 times. And then on the 6th time, I was like, okay, well, this is not going to fucking work because I knew the 5 times I did before. It's like, well, this is the arm I'm pointing at for people who know. I'm reaching out my right arm, and that's the arm that's off balancing me. Well, don't let him have that grip. Well, once I get here,
you bring your arm like closer to your rib cage.
When I bring the arm closer to my rib cage, he can't do that move anymore. Of course, he has other options at that point. He can sit up, he can grab my leg, he can do single legs, things like that. But it's all, Jiu-Jitsu is a reactionary-based sport. So when someone learns the counter to your movement, he learns the counter to your counter, and then you learn the counter to his counter, and you just.
But then that's essentially why you would call it rolling.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're learning to create that that flow, or that momentum and just keeping it going. It's like, it's almost, I don't want to sound like stupid, but like almost poetic in the sense where it's like you have to be able to like learn the moves and learn the dance to keep it going and keep everything like constantly going. Cool. Thank you, sir. To just kind of keep it, I don't know, just flowing so naturally and just keeping it looking awesome because then it's just this collection of knowledge that's being executed in real time.
Yep.
That's so flowy. But it's so hard.
You just find
at
out
all times.
After a point, you start realizing there's so much. I've forgotten so many moves that I used to know, and then I'll remember them like out of nowhere, just randomly. And you just kind of realize like, you just have so much in your head from this, all these different things you've learned or maybe you've been taught over the years, and then you just pull them out of nowhere because your brain just has them, and you'll just do it out of nowhere.
Well, it's those pathways that are all carved from all the repetitive just...
There's a lot of stuff. There's a guy, I was having this conversation with this guy named Dan Borovic. He's a black belt from Wisconsin. He comes out and trains every once in a while. He's really good, but there's a lot of guys at our gym who are drillers, and drillers are people who just practice the repetition over and over and over and over again. They don't do it live. They do it with a partner who's giving them the proper reaction, and they practice it 100 times. They kind of use the Bruce Lee motto, which is I fear not the man I think it's 10,000 kicks, who knows 10,000 kicks. I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. So they've drilled it until it's become muscle memory. But my conversation with Dan was, he doesn't drill. He just knows. You get in that mindset, you get into that role, and you don't have things you've drilled. You just have things that you remember, and you can just do it, and you're not thinking. It's become like in Dragon Ball Super, there's this new power that Goku uses. It's called Ultra Instinct, and he's not thinking. He's not thinking ahead. He's not thinking about what happened in the past. He's just going at that moment, and whatever happens, happens. But he's just reacting, and his muscles are just firing, and he can just do whatever, and he doesn't need to think about it. And that's what a lot of my jiu-jitsu is based off of, and that's what a lot of Dan's jiu-jitsu is based off of. Whereas like Keenan, it's systematic. If this guy named Connor DeAngelis, it's systematic. He knows. You do this, I'm going to do this. You do that, I'm going to do this. You do this, I'm going to do that. Now I'm in mount, now I'm submitting you. And then those are, I don't know how we got in this conversation.
That's
but,
dude, no,
yeah.
fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, yo, let it keep going. Yo.
And that's, yeah, that's what I've realized my jiu-jitsu is. And that's the best way I learn. It's really just based off of instincts. That's it. It's instincts.
Well, it's instincts. I mean, I think another way you could put it to somebody who, like for myself, who, I found jiu-jitsu later in life, of course, because I am 34.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 34. And I didn't find it till about a year ago. But then as soon as I found it, it's like everything else that I've done in life. I get super obsessed and I get meticulous about it. And then it's like, I want to know. And I just can start consuming it to a point where it almost becomes unhealthy. Mm-hmm. And I mean, but a case in point, it's what I do with everything that I've done, whether it's podcasting, whether it's striking, whether it's fucking, skateboarding, whatever. But with skateboarding specifically, and the way you're describing it and like that, just doing it, dude, I started skating when I was super young to now where I still skate. Mm-hmm. And I cannot skate as good as I did when I was in my early 20s. But when I was in that, that time, dude, I remember the closest thing I can get to that is when like I learned the moves and I just would practice one trick over and over and over for fucking months, bro. And then to the point where you get it to so second nature that you're over it, but it becomes your best trick because you know how to do it the best. And then at the same time, you get so confident and you can feel the connection between whatever you're doing, your brain, your body, your board, everything like that. It's second nature where you already know how to react. Or if you miss this trick, you're going to fall and you know how to roll out of it and pop up and just like, boom, let's go. But it's like, dude, I would even get into that mind state. I would get so ripped. I used to have this bong and I would just rip it, bro. Just boom, one, boom, two, like three. Sometimes, depending on the day, it might need like a fourth one and just be taking these bombers and then just... And then as soon as you would get hit by that one, it would just like I would have this sensation. I don't know how to describe it except for like, it would be like the smoke would almost start at the, like where my pineal gland kind of third eye is, and then it would just boom, like a haze would just spread over my fucking whole brain. And I was like, there it is. And then I would just headphones. And I remember specifically this like Juicy J, all I smoke is loud. And just like, dude, in OB, skating down the street, mashing just in the sidewalk, and then just get to the OB park and then just shred. And it was like, even if you learned another trick, you're already locked in. You're there. It's those neural pathways have been carved. You know how to ride. And then if you're like, oh, I'm going to learn a new trick today, same thing. Do it wrong 5 or 6 times. Oh, I slammed super hard on this one. Oh, that sucked. Or this, that, and this. And then it's like process of elimination. And then you get the one you're riding away and you're like, that was fucking
And
tight.
then you can do it again, and you can do it again, and you can do it again. There's this, so that kid Juno I was talking about, he rolls high all the time.
See, that does not make sense to me.
He competes high.
Yo, crazy.
He's very good. He's very good. And he rolls high. I don't know how he does it, but he does. And, I don't know how he does it, but he's always high. Which can fuck him up in competition because he's a slow starter. But
he's just comfortable, though. He's relaxed.
He's very comfortable. He's very relaxed, but he's a killer. And he will break your arm.
Scary.
And he's high, usually.
And he's high.
Imagine, it's got to suck for somebody who's been juicing, like juice to the gill. Like they're ripped. He slams this kid, and this kid's just high, and he sweeps him and submits him. How bad has that got to suck? You've been...
Well, bro, that's the thing is like you see that documentary Icarus, yeah? Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, I miss where I'll have to educate you, sir.
You can do it.
Okay, so I watch documentaries. I don't, I'll play video games too much, but when I do find time to actually sit, I'll watch a documentary. And now there's a documentary called Icarus. I'm sure people who are listening have definitely seen it, but it's on Netflix. and it's about this guy named Brian Fogel, and he fucking is like a cyclist, if you will. I don't know, like a competitive cyclist, and he does some amateur race, but it's kind of like the Tour de France for amateurs, but it's in like France or something, like another France or whatever. I don't know where the fuck it is, somewhere in Europe. And he does it. He starts the documentary of like, it was going to be about juicing and steroids basically. And he does this race and he finishes like 14th in the world. Pretty fucking good. And the dude's kind of old. And then he was like, I'm going to do it again the next year, but this time I'm going to do juicing. Like I'm going to get a whole stack and like do all the juicing and get it all dialed and see if its performance is going to like basically go, because everybody in cycling apparently it's like on steroids, whatever. And then so as this movie unfolds, it basically he gets in touch with this guy who's like a Russian guy, and like this whole story breaks while they're doing the whole fucking show. And then it turns out this guy was like the director of like the Russian Olympic team, got them all doped up. And this is why like Russia had like wasn't able to compete in the Olympics a couple of years back and all this shit. It was crazy. But it's all because of this guy doing this steroids story. But it's like, dude, he did worse. At the end of the documentary, even though all this stuff unfolds and it becomes this crazy documentary about the Olympics and all these other things, he still does the race, all juiced up, off this dude's program, and he did worse. It's like, bro, honest to God, like I don't know, because I've never done steroids and I've never competed against anybody who does steroids, as far as I know, and it just seems to me that it's like it's not the move. Yeah, it might give you that extra edge, but like. It's not the first time I've ever heard people saying like, "Oh, everybody in jiu-jitsu is on steroids." And it's like, okay, that might make sense, but like
They are though.
I mean, but some of those guys are like big motherfuckers. Like, I've watched some of the pans, or not the pans, but what's the? It's like IDDF.
Oh,
like,
IBJJF.
No, not that. It's like another big ass one is where like Galvao would go against like super. He always does like super matches against them. It's the ADCs.
Oh, ADCC.
ADCC.
For people who don't know, it's the Abu Dhabi Submission Wrestling Championships. It's I forget what it's exactly pronounced, but it's ADCC.
Yes.
It's what Gordon Ryan is famous for winning.
Oh.
He won it in 2017 in his weight division, which I think was under 88 kilos because they go by kilograms. And then in 2019, he won his weight class plus the open weight division. That's the most prestigious award you can get as a no-gi grappler.
It's
ADCC.
Damn.
Yeah. They have, in America, they have a West Coast trials and East Coast trials. That's how you get qualified for it. It's an invitation only.
Yeah.
So you have to qualify at the trials. So they have an East Coast, a West Coast. They have an Asian trials. They have a European trials. The winners from those trials get invitations to ADCC. First place gets $40,000 in the weight category, or is it $20,000? It's money. You get money. You get good money.
Serious money.
And huge recognition. Dean Lister is known for getting that. Do you know who Dean Lister is?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, I know Dean Lister.
So
he teaches at Victory.
Yeah, he teaches at Victory. He's one of the original lockers.
And he's a UFC fighter.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's famous for winning ADCC and a bunch of other things, but what's the word I'm thinking of? He's most known for ADCC, and Gordon Ryan is, shit. Yeah, that's why I think he's the best. That's why he is the best no-gi grappler.
So he's a self-proclaimed king. Like he does all those king videos and shit.
He is the self-proclaimed king, and if you are one of those people, not you, I'm talking about if people listen, if you're one of those people who puts you're a king. The people who comment king in his comments, stop. That's cringe. Please stop. Don't be that person.
Dude.
Don't feed his ego.
Well, I mean, it's kind of interesting now that we're on that subject is that you brought up Dean Lister.
Yeah.
Dean Lister, if you ever listen to the Joe Rogan podcast with John Danaher, he talks about like it was Dean Lister who kind of changed John Danaher.
I actually filmed Dean about a month ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, Dean has a course on jiu-jitsux.com.
Does he really?
Yep.
Wow. Oh, okay.
I did something off camera. Don't worry about it. Okay. Or off mic.
Dude, no, he that's really cool, man. I didn't know that. But yeah, the John Danaher said that it was him, Dean Lister, who had basically changed his whole train of thought about like, why would you neglect half the human body?
He's a gorilla, or he used to be a gorilla. He's He's older now, so he's starting to lose that gorilla-ness. But I remember I rolled with him in, it was either 2019 or 2018. 2019. It was like right before I moved out here. I had my friend Nadine taught the kids class there, and Dean came in, and she talked to him for me, so I got to roll with him. I remember he let me put him in an arm triangle, which is a choke for people who don't know. And he was talking to me while I was squeezing. Like, I was fucking squeezing. And he looked at me, and he talked to me and how to finish it. I was like, God damn it, you're an ape. His neck was huge. I could barely get, I have long arms. I could barely get my hands closed. To finish an arm triangle, you need to grab your bicep. I had to do this grip because I couldn't get this.
That's how big his neck was?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was still talking to me.
Just like, oh, kid.
And I have a good arm triangle. I know I have a good arm triangle. He's a strong man.
Damn. Dude, that's the brute strength thing. I mean, I understand people are like, jiu-jitsu, if you're smaller, you do these things. I mean, like, I definitely rolled with dudes who are way bigger. Mm-hmm. That shit can work only for a little bit. I remember there was one day, it was this dude, he was like 6'5", and he fucking came in, and it was like his first day of jiu-jitsu. He said he never trained before, but like...
He definitely did.
I mean, I'm assuming he trained at something. And... I mean, he was able to like move me around, but because I know more, I've been training longer than I feel like, at least. I was able to throw him in a triangle, and then it was just like a boom, and then he taps, and then I caught him, and like, he was able to keep his own, but I was able, again, applying pressure, doing these things. It was interesting, but I even knew, and something in the back of my head is like, yeah, I know I can do this now, but it's like, dude, once this guy starts to learn some shit, it's like, doesn't matter his size. He's going to be able to like outmuscle me.
That's what happens a lot with the guys who, and you get into this now, you get these athletes who come in and they're strong and they're technical.
Yeah.
Well, shit, you got nothing. That's why people need to start lifting with jiu-jitsu too, because it's going to help. Like, you need to be, if you're going to do jiu-jitsu, you can do jiu-jitsu competitively. You need to do things athletes do, because technique isn't going to work the whole time.
No.
That's why I say, like, Elio Gracie would not do well right now, because he never lifted. He just did jiu-jitsu. And he did half of jiu-jitsu. Like, what jiu-jitsu is now, he does half of it. He doesn't know leg lock. He didn't know leg locks. Maybe he knew, like, ankle locks, but he didn't know leg locks.
Dude, leg locks are so scary.
Leg locks are scary. Leg locks are scary if you don't understand them. If you know leg locks, you're like, okay, well, all right, my knee is going to get ripped here. Maybe tap a little early. Or, okay, well, I'm in this leg lock here, but it's not tight. Well, let's apply the defense to this and I'll be fine. Like, I like leg locks. I do a lot of leg locks. I go against good leg lockers, and I understand it. I'm not scared of them. I think I'm scared of people who don't know how to do leg locks going for them.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, dude, hell no.
So if you go to a lot of gyms where there's a lot of egos, be careful, because someone's gonna rip your shit. But if you go to someone where people understand leg locks, then you're fine.
So if you go to like 10th Planet, they're gonna be all right.
They'll be fine. Yeah, I love going to 10th Planet gyms. There's good guys there who are really good leg lockers. I haven't been to my last one. I trained at, when I first moved here, I was training with PJ Barch. That's 10th Planet Spring Valley.
Dude, I just saw, because Tyler, I don't know if you've seen, I'm sure you've seen her videos that I post, but like, she trains there, and the one class that I filmed her, the jiu-jitsu video that I did for her, he was teaching the class, and then he just competed this past weekend, and he was fucking murdering it.
Yeah,
I was
he murdered, and he got caught in a buggy choke.
Buggy choke?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a choke when someone's on their back in side control.
Okay.
It's really weird. You got to do... Okay, so this person's in side control. They're draped across my chest. We're going chest to chest. The person on the bottom needs to put their arm... It's just hard to explain, like this. And then they grab here.
So he's going underneath the leg, and it's the bicep on the calf.
And he's squeezing, so the person's head and arm on the other side of my body, and he's squeezing. And it'll put you to sleep. Oh, damn. Because you think you're good. We can just I'll pull the video later, but... And he got tapped by this kid named Cade Rotolo, one of the Rotolo brothers, out of Atos. But he looked legit up until that point. Damn. I mean, shit, he looked legit until he got put in that choke. He took Cade down. He was in a dogfight position, got up, single-legged him, went to side control, looked good, didn't know that choke existed. Because you don't expect that choke. You don't expect those types of. They're like trap chokes.
Trap chokes.
Yeah, because it's like.
You think you're okay,
chokes.
but it's like you're fucked.
Like there's guys who are really good at lacing up this thing called the baseball choke.
Okay.
And then they let you pass, and you're like, oh, shit, I passed. And then you're asleep. Because they went like here, lock their arms, elbows touch, and as soon as you pass, they go.
So it's like a gable grip for people who can't see. Is that what it was?
It's in the gi.
Okay.
So if you did it in no gi, you would do an S grip.
Oh, an S grip? Okay.
And then you would pinch your elbows together.
Damn. Dude, there's still so much, bro. Like, it's just never ending, and there's so many. I remember it's so funny on that. I learned a bow and arrow choke from editing a video.
Oh, really?
Because I didn't realize when I was filming what they were doing. I was like, oh, this is just cool. I'll get different angles and shit. And then as I was watching it editing, I was like, oh, it's a bow and arrow choke. And I was just like watching it from different angles, and I was like, oh. And then, so when I actually got to like input it or practice it myself, I was like, oh.
And I learned, and just talking about that, I learned an adjustment to that from getting put into one like this week. From that kid, Jacob. Usually you grab the pants legs. He grabbed the pants up near your hip, and then he squeezed, and you were going to sleep. It's
like, he grabs higher up on the leg.
Yeah.
As opposed to around the knee area?
Usually you grab the knee.
Yeah.
He grabs 4 fingers in the pants on your side.
In the pants?
In the pants.
Whoa.
Puts it there, and you're not getting away. And then all he does is arcs his hip, pulls, and then you go.
Yeah.
Then you start making gurgle noises.
That's so interesting because, like, especially you saying this. Well, getting turned on the cold brew, bro.
I didn't want to like.
Oh, dude, you're totally fine. Don't worry about it. Totally fine. It's so interesting, especially when you're talking about styles and people finding their voices, essentially, or finding their own path and how they're doing it. Is there's those adjustments that you make in real time where it's like it might not work at the knee for you, but because of maybe your body size or just the way your body is shaped or in that specific position, you're able to like make that real-time adjustment, go into the side, grab the inside of the pants, and then boom, right around the hip. I'm assuming it's around the hip you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then you just pull back. Oh man, that shit's tight. I love it. I've still got are you guys still open?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, maybe.
Yeah, we are.
Kind of.
We got curtains up.
There you go.
I don't think we're gonna get in trouble.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah. We're not advertising we're open, but we're not saying we're closed.
But you're also doing videos too, though.
Yeah.
That's Jiu-Jitsu X.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're kind of come back. Okay. So. All right.
Hold on 1 sec. Let's actually pause real quick. I have to pee.
I don't pay them. They get paid by Keenan and Miha and the guys in the company. I just divvy out the work. I'm a supervisor. And then I also do just dumb shit with Keenan where I follow him around the camera. So that's my creative outlet. But the big thing lately, since I've so many things I do, has been Jiu-Jitsu X, which people don't know. The way I describe Jiu-Jitsu X is it's the brand new, well, how should I describe this? Ooh. It's the premier place to get your jiu-jitsu instruction. We have the best instructors in the game, sub minus Gordon Ryan, because we probably will never get him.
Don't say never.
We don't. Keenan and him don't get along.
I got you.
We have the best instructors on there. We have the best quality, and that includes video and audio. The one thing people get wrong in jiu-jitsu instructionals, it's audio. It's always audio. It sounds fucking terrible. And a big thing when you're trying to learn something is you want to be able to hear it, and you want to be able to hear it clearly. So we focused on that a lot.
You guys definitely, when like Keenan was talking about that video that you had sent me, the one that I asked for about you rolling,
mm-hmm.
It sounds like he's right there behind the camera, but in reality, there's that second guy holding the camera, and Keenan's off to the side.
Yep.
And it sounds like perfect, crystal clear.
And it's even better in these instructionals because we're using a different setup.
Buttery.
Yeah. And we have 3 camera angles that we're shooting. They're all 4K. We can shoot 6K if we want, but we're shooting 4K because no one gives a shit about 6K. Takes up too much space. Fuck it. People always talk about 6K. You're like, all right, I'm going to run on hard drive space. Calm down.
Okay.
And then it's all edited and put up on an amazing website that our web developer, Chris, does an amazing job on. Is he web developer or web designer? Designer. Call him designer.
Okay.
He's the guy, he's the desk over from me. And he's a fucking killer when it comes to making websites. He grinded for 6 months making this website. So it's like, here we go. It's the Netflix of jiu-jitsu. Without this, of course, it's not a subscription service. We don't have enough instructor courses to do a subscription-based service yet. But I'm pretty sure that's down the pipeline.
Oh, dude, it's inevitably going to grow. But
Yeah.
I was actually, can I tell you what I think how to explain it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Do it.
Because I was actually talking to my friend about this today. When I was talking to my friend today, she was like, "Who's going to be on your podcast tonight?" I was like, "Oh, it's my boy Chance." I was like, she doesn't practice jiu-jitsu, so she doesn't know. But I was like, there's this company that's like BJJ Fanatics, and they do instructional videos. But I was like, they were unmatched. Nobody was trying to compete with them. And it's like, they're just like the mecca. They're that kind of like where people go. But I was like, now Jiu-Jitsu X is that competitor. It's that one that's coming into that untamed monopoly, or that unmatched monopoly, like that this one company is pretty much holding down. And I was like, now you can go to Jiu-Jitsu X and you get all these different instructors, and you get Keenan Cornelius, and I was like, you know what? And it's my homie. So I was like, I fuck with it. I think it's sick, like
We put pride in our work. That's the big thing. And I feel like BJ Fanatics does too. I know the people who work there, or I don't know most people work, but I know one person who did work there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the people who work there love jiu-jitsu. But as far as what we do with the actual video quality, what it is, we put pride in it. I'm there. I don't want to rush things, because I want, at the end of the day, for the experience of the user to be great, and also for the instructor. Like, I'm basically directing these shoots. I do direct these shoots. It doesn't feel like it, because I'm not telling him exactly what to do. I'm not going like, cut. I do actually say cut, but
well, you're like, hey, let's run that back real quick, or can you do this from a different angle or something like that?
It's like, hey, can you move around so we can do this? But I don't direct them 100%. It's just kind of like, hey, how you doing? Can we get you a coffee? Hey, that angle wasn't that good. Can we move it this way? How's everyone doing?
You're a director.
Yeah, but without the classic director.
Well, it's just different times now, because I mean, dude, I get what you're saying about the classic director aspect, because I've been on movie sets with my moms, and like my mom, she'll sit there and she'll be that lady, be like, nope, do that again, like do this, and it's like, okay. Even when she was a script supervisor, she would like yell at the director, like, yo, no, this is where the last line was, or the actors would be doing this, dude. But that's also before we had like our phones, where you can essentially direct your whole shit. If you had no other cameras, everything went out, you could really last-ditch effort, you could do it on your phone.
Yeah.
And you'd be doing the same thing. Hey, we need to get this angle. Hey, we need to do this. But that's also one thing I want to talk about too, is that when I went to Legion the weekend before we shut down for an open mat, and I met Miha, and was that his lady?
Emma?
I don't remember. She was wearing the caffeine and jiu-jitsu, or like coffee and jiu-jitsu, like rash guard.
Yeah, if she was wearing a scramble rash guard, then that's Emma, his wife. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it was probably her then. And so it was like I met them, and then I got in and I got to shoot and everything, which was awesome. But it wasn't even completed half the shit. Like when I went back the other day and I dropped off some coffee to see you, it was like, whoa.
We took COVID, the lockdown, and we finished the gym. So now we have a full setup. Like it is legit. Now it's finished.
And it's beautiful. When you took me in the back room, because I saw it when there was no even wall there. It was just the frame.
Yeah, yep.
And then we went in the back, and you showed me like, this is what it's going to be. And it was before you had to like, oh, Jiu-Jitsu X is about to drop. Don't say nothing yet. Like, da-da-da-da. But I was in there. I was just like, bro, I was blown away with the setup that you had in there. I was like, yo, this shit's about to be sick.
Yep. And then we dropped it, and then we just keep getting in more instructors. I mean, I've got 2 instructors that we're filming this week, and I've got another 2 next week.
Nice.
And we're just scheduling them down the pipe. We got my old coach, John Salter, has a course dropping. It's a wrestling course, pretty much for people who've never wrestled and for people who get stuck in guillotines when they try to wrestle. Yeah. So it's a huge problem in jiu-jitsu, is like shooting in for a double leg and getting stuck in a guillotine. Well, this is how you help you get out of it.
Especially like standing guillotines too. Yep.
So he's perfect for that. And he's going to, That guy knows. He fights in Bellator. He's fought in the UFC. He's fought in Bellator. He
Currently?
currently fights in Bellator. He's the number 1 contender in Bellator in the middleweight division. He's going to probably fight in Gegard Mousasi for the middleweight title next year.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah. So he's going to drop a course soon. And I would say this week or next week it's going to drop.
Damn, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, do you ever kind of fan out whenever you're hanging out with some of these people? Because you obviously know who they are, and you're just like, oh, shit. Son.
I did that a little bit with Keenan when... because the way that happened was pretty funny. But the biggest one lately was JT Torres. Because I like JT, and JT's an ADCC champ, and he's just a huge name. And I had to text him, get all his info. And then after a shoot, we went and got coffee. We
So
just
like
hung out
hanging
and got
out
coffee.
with
Yeah,
him.
we just hung out and got coffee. And then he followed me on Instagram and friended me on Facebook. And I was like,
Oh, shit, Say.
What the fuck?
Has he double tapped any of your photos yet? You're just like, oh, Jason.
Yeah. I was like, yes.
Dude, hell yeah.
It's still surreal when Keenan like checks out my story and then comments on my story and stuff like that. But at this point, we're friends, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
But the first time he texted me, it's when I got the job. He shot me a text, and I didn't know the number. And he's like, "Hey, Chance, this is Keenan." I was like, "The fuck?"
You're like, oh, shit, son.
Yep, and it was legit. And then I got the job. It was the most stressful first couple months of my life because it was right around Black Friday, and I had to shoot a new chapter of Lapel Encyclopedia. So, like, the shoots this year, as far as pressure goes, have been way less stressful than last year.
Yeah.
Just because at this point I know what I'm doing with what we do with instructionals. I film so many at this point, it's kind of like, yeah.
It's like repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
It's
what
a
I'm doing.
job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we get in, we have the groove, and to the point where I have the people work under me, I can not be at certain shoots if I need to be, and that's really helpful. I wasn't at work today. I took today off.
Butter.
Just because, one, I needed a day off. I haven't had a day off in a while, so I took a day off, and I know that not everything's going to fall apart when I'm gone because we have systems in place and people have things to do.
Well, you have a solid team.
Mm-hmm. And plus, we just got through Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and we did good.
Nice.
We did good.
Good.
So, and we've got another sale coming up in December, and we're going to keep pushing out these. We're going to keep doing these sales so people can get these instructionals at reasonable prices. That's good. I like putting out good content, and I like people being able to see it. When people comment on like Keenan's YouTube, we posted something like, "Man, the audio quality, this looks great."
Mm-hmm.
That makes me happy because that's
Yeah.
a direct reflection of me.
Well, it's your work.
Yeah. So when you go to jujitsux.com and you check out these instructionals, all the photos, all the video, that's me. So you're seeing me on there, and that's huge for me. It's like looking at your child. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's grown.
Well, it's your hard work. It's your
Yeah.
dedication. It's what you do. It's what you take pride in. But it's also what you're doing to, in a sense, stay active. So it's multifunctional in a sense. Bro, there's a lot going on for you right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting. You're one of the few people that, I mean, I wouldn't say one of the few people in the sense where like everybody who's come on the show since, bringing it back because, took a hiatus for sure during the podcast or during the height of the pandemic.
Yep.
You have definitely used this time to shine and use this time to, I guess, grow out of your box in a sense, for lack of a better term almost, because like, bro, like some people are just like, this fucking lockdown sucks and I haven't been doing shit. But everybody who's come on the show since I brought it back are all people who've been doing things that have just like, yo, I've been grinding.
Mm-hmm.
Like no matter what, like I use this time to get better at something or use this time to finish these edits and do all these things. Because it seems like if you guys were building Jiu-Jitsu X during the pandemic.
There was a 2 month to 2 month period we weren't, where I was just kind of we did film Andres Bernovskis' Omoplata course, Whole Lot of Plata.
Whole lot of plata.
And I filmed that all by myself, multiple camera angles. That was a fucking bitch to shoot because I had a mask and gloves on.
I bet.
But then when we got back, I think it was around like May or June, we're like, all right, let's get this going.
Yeah.
And then I think I got a text from Keenan in the beginning of July. And he's like, hey, we got Josh Hinger coming in to film some stuff. Okay. And then we just started filming them. And then the website was up in September. Like, okay, I guess we're going. Guess we're live now. It's been kind of a blur.
That's good.
But As far as
A good
video,
blur,
yeah,
though.
as far as video goes, now it's getting to the point where like I love filming jiu-jitsu, but now it's like, okay, well, let's film some other stuff.
Well, you did a commercial
Yeah.
right before, or was it right before?
Yeah, it was right before I did a commercial for this company called Tradlands. It's a women's clothing company, and that's totally out of my element, but it's stuff I like doing. I like doing different things, and that was fun. And I shot again for them in August. They were very COVID compliant with their shoot, but that's stuff like I don't want to be pigeonholed. Like as much as I love shooting jiu-jitsu and that's my job, that pays the bills, we're building something there. I also like doing other things, you know. Like I'd love to film coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, coffee, segue. All
Yeah.
right. So, do you you live in South Park, and that's how we met. Because you were at you used to come to my old job.
Yep.
And try the coffee, which again, I'm glad you got this the Steel Mill coffee bags. I'm gonna get you the caffeine and green bags. I'm so
Sick.
sorry I forgot those.
Don't worry about it, dude. Don't
I'm
worry
so
about it.
mad at myself.
Don't worry about it.
Like, fuck. I was just like, well, I told you today I moved, so
Yeah.
I was just trying to get everything together, and I was like, oh no, I can't believe I forgot the bags. I need to just keep coffee back in my car.
Out of all the things you could forget, that's the least important thing you could forget. It's totally
Dude,
fine.
I literally was checking my bags, and I was like, where's my computer? And then like I pulled open the bag, and I was like, my computer's not even in here. And like I just kept going back in the room, like looking for certain little things. I was like, oh my god, Phil, just chill. Like, yo,
I totally get it. It's
hella
fine.
dumb.
I forget everything. I always forget something. And I know I'm forgetting something, but I'm like, what am I forgetting?
Dude, when you try that, shoot me a text and let me know.
Okay.
Did you guys like the Issa blend?
Yeah.
Tight.
Yeah, I loved it.
Tight. I'll definitely get you guys some more of that. I have some Issa blend. I have a couple bags of El Jaguar left. Dude, I literally only have like 4 bags. And I didn't even know I had it. I found it in the, like where I store my green. There was one bucket that had like 6 pounds or something in it. And I was like, or no, even less. It was like 3 pounds. I was like, no, it had to be more than that. I don't know. I don't remember now, but like, I was like, oh shit, I forgot I separated this. And I just had a couple pounds. So I roasted it. And that's why I was like, I have literally like, I think I had 6 bags total. So that would have been.
How many places do you roast for now?
So I do a private label.
Uh-huh.
I can't say who it is right now, but
Yeah.
like I do a private label. I roast for them. I roast for Caffeine and Green. That's my own company. And then I roast for Steel Mill.
Okay.
Steel Mill is, you know, to me, I mean, like Steel Mill is like I'm an employee here. Yes, yeah. I don't have any stake in the company at all. I'm not like plugging them like in that sense that like part owner or something like that. I plug it in the sense where Shay, like I told you before the podcast when you got to meet Shay, he was there my first fucking day in coffee, bro. Like it was amazing. He skated and he shredded, and then like you want to call it serendipity, you want to call it serendipitous, you want to call it like chance, no pun intended, whatever, just destined to be whatever. It's like me and him had a lot more connections. Like we ended up actually knowing the same fucking photographer who took our photos, and we were in his zine, and we actually had back-to-back skate photos. Like on the left page was me, and then the right page was Shay. And we just never crossed paths. And it was funny is that we never crossed paths. We knew almost all the same people. And like my close homies were like some of his close homies. And then his photographer, and then this and then that. And then it wasn't like, nope. And I got introduced to him. I was like, oh yeah, Kano skates. He's like, all right, okay, whatever. And kind of thing. And I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
But then be through just working together and like hanging out every day for, 8+ hours a day sometimes. He was like, oh, you skate. And then we just became homies. And then like he geeks out on coffee super hard, and I geek out on coffee super hard. And then it was just like, the first day he was going to fucking start this, he's like, dude, I went and had dinner, with everybody. We're going to do it. We're going to make our own coffee shop. And he'd be in here just painting these things, dude. Like he sent me a photo when he was painting this wall behind me.
Yeah.
And he's like, look at these colors. And it's just like him in front of it. It's just like, dude, I've literally seen this place fucking come to life. Like, I don't know if it was the first day I was here, but it was definitely the first weekend they were open. I was fucking here. I wanted to make sure, like, I got the coffee. Like, I want to support the homies. One of the other owners, Little C, I worked with him at my first coffee shop that I worked at. So it was like Little C and Shay are 2 of the owners here. And and then it's Riley, and then there's
Right.
Lanny, and then there's other homies. But then like I've met everybody, and everybody's just so fucking rad, bro. And it's literally, yeah, it's a coffee shop, but it's fucking skateboarding at its core. You come up with your homies, and it's like everything else in life, that the people that you surround yourself with are the reflection of who you are as a person. And Shay is a fucking rad guy. Little C is a fucking rad guy. Riley, Lanny, all of the homies that I've met, everybody is so fucking rad, and they're down for their friends. And that's what it is. And to me, it's like, I was talking to Leov like a couple weeks ago, and she was saying to me that, she had some choice words, but I won't say what she said. But like basically in a summed up version of it, it was like, it almost seems like it was meant to be. Like the way things panned out, it just seems like it was supposed to be this way. You feel me? Like, Shay, I'll never forget this, and I think I've said this on the podcast before, is that like 2 days, or like it was either 2 days or a day before right after I had started at 7 C's, Steel Mill had opened, and he was like, hey, how much like financially, like monetary wise, would it take for you to leave 7 C's to work for Steel Mill? Because he's like, we're going to roast one day. And he's like, when we're ready to roast, he's like, the only person I want roasting for us is you.
That's fucking awesome.
And I was like, bro, I literally just started here. Like, fuck, bro. He's like, I'm just saying it down the road. And so it was like, when I left 7 C's, I made 2 calls. The first call was to Shay. Yo, I'm not at 7 C's no more. He's like, I'm going to talk to Riley.
Sick.
And that was it. And that was how the conversation went. And it was like, and then that just started to where we're at now. And I made another call to somebody else. It didn't work out, but it was like Steel Mill was always, it was just where I was going to go. It wasn't like I knew what was going to happen, because like, he still had to talk to the crew, and he'd talk to the homies. Like, cause to take on roasting is no small feat. Like, this is serious business. Especially for a cafe, because they used to buy their coffee from James Coffee Co., another great coffee shop in San Diego.
I love James.
Love James. So for them to now take on the responsibility of roasting their own coffee, and then taking on all that, which, like, you've seen it when I was at 7 C's. It's like sample roasting. There's roasting. Legit. There's a coffee education. There's levels to this shit. And now we're bringing it to Steel Mill. And it's like, this is even more raw than fucking what you see back down in South Park. This shit is way more raw, and it's so much more gangster, and it's just so much more just homies, man.
Indie.
Son, like, I get so pumped up when I talk about it, because you see it right here. You see to the left, like, for people who can't see, like, the production area at Steel Mill, like, where we started at Zoom Bar, like, we had a production lab. This shit is like one table right here. You see the coffee, you see the bags, you see everything right here. Like, they print out the labels, and it's just this one little thing right behind the bar. We fucking get down here, son. Yeah. This is exactly what skateboarding is. DIY, do it with your homies. You figure that shit out, and we're going to all come up together. And that's
how it was. That's how it was with Legion. Like, starting out there, like, there was nothing. It was just half the mat. There's a construction crew going on. I was in it bare bones. And we were working in an office that was just like, it was just wood frame. It was just the fucking frame. And we're all sitting next to each other. And before we had any apps or anything, we were just talking to each other like, hey, what do you need? Okay, I'll do it. And now we've got apps, and it's a little more professional. But at the same time, it's like, it's that building your way up together and seeing it grow, and then seeing like the amount of students who come in, and then seeing the other ventures that we're doing. And it's being a part of something as it's growing and seeing everything manifest and grow. It's the most rewarding feeling.
It really is. I mean, you've seen it though too. This is now the second time you've seen me doing this. Because you've been coming into like, when I first met you, you were like in there within the first couple months that we opened down in South Park. And
when I find somewhere that I like, I go there a lot. I support it a lot.
Yeah. But you've seen it. Like, you've seen the evolution, bro. And then you've seen where, like, when I had left in the middle of the pandemic, even in the middle of the pandemic, we went from no sales online to like 2 full days roasting, bro. So it's like, it's not just the vibe that they were putting on. It was what we were giving to the people, and it was no bullshit, because all you're getting is the fucking coffee. You know, you hit me up in the middle of the pandemic. You're like, oh, can I get a 5-pound bag? It's
Yeah.
like, we make it happen. And that was what was so fucking rad, bro. Like, yo, at first I was salty. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was like, I won't really say what I was really thinking at the time, but let's just say I was salty.
Yeah.
And at the same time, now, with how everything's panned out, like, I'm not even mad. I'm so happy what things worked out the way they worked out. Because, yo, bro, on some real, like, no bullshit type, I'm so much happier. Because I want to be here. I'm not working. I don't look at this like this is a dude who doesn't know anything about coffee. This is like a family that's in it that doesn't know anything about coffee. Because that's a reality of it. Here at Steel Mill, to work for Shay and Little C and Riley and all these guys and this the team of people who run Steel Mill, not only is there passion in coffee, there's passion in skating. There's passion. There's so much art. There's so much creativity going on. And then on top of all that, Shay, that espresso machine behind you was the espresso machine that his parents, when they opened up a coffee shop in Idaho, started their coffee shop with. So that's what he started Steel Mill with.
That's cool.
That's fucking so gangster,
awesome.
bro. And it's still going. And it's like you add that. And then, you know, Shay's dad, like, you know, opened up, they were Stumptown's first wholesale account out of fucking Portland or whatever, or in Oregon, wherever they were from. It's like, bro, Shay is rooted in this shit. Like, Shay is a skateboarder. Shay is a fucking coffee shop owner. Shay is like, he's just a fucking badass individual. And I've seen him go through some crazy shit. He survives like some fucking crazy motorcycle accidents. I've seen him like just go through some shit, and he always comes out just fucking like laser focused and killing it, and sometimes not knowing what he's gonna do, but just figures it out. And then sometimes you just see like a cig and a beer in his hand, and he's just like fucking A, and it's like fucking A, son. I love that shit. And like, I don't know, bro. You just like I know I say it ad nauseum when for people who listen to the podcast, it's like, I fucking love my friends. I love seeing them succeed. I want to succeed for myself, but like, I'm not even going to lie. I love seeing my friends succeed almost as much or probably more than even myself, because like when they're hyped, you know, when your homie just fucking nailed that move or nailed a skate trick, or you do these things, you see how hyped they get. And then you're like, oh, son, I want to be in this moment for you right now. I want to celebrate you, kind of type shit. Mm-hmm. And then they're hyping, and then you're hyping. You're like, son, like, fucking son, we're killing it right now. You're fucking killing it, you know, type of shit. Yeah. And it just like, that's what I get when I see Steel Mill, because like, it's a bunch of dudes who you would never think can run a legit specialty coffee shop. And yo, not only are we fucking doing that shit, but we're fucking killing it. And it's only the beginning. Yeah. Like, I've seen it happen with 7 C's. Bro, imagine what we're going to do here at Steel Mill. It's about to fucking, I don't want to say we're taking over, because that's not about taking over. It's about, we're just going to do better. And that's what it's going to be. That there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's just going to take time.
I'm going to send a bag of Steel Mill coffee to my grandparents. I want to send a bag of Caffeine and Green and a bag of Steel Mill coffee to my grandparents for Christmas.
I got you. So I got you. So I have a new Southside coffee. Shout out Tyler Schaefer, Southside. It's my homegirl. I got her coffee. It's a single origin Guatemala Huehuetenango, and it's fire. It's so funny too, because like, you know, Liav. Mm-hmm. Liav was always trying to get me to do like a single origin Guatemala for 7 C's, and I was just like, nah. And then like, now I got Caffeine and Green. I was like, Guatemala Huehuetenango, let's do this. Like, yo, and then, but like, she was there trying it with the cuppings and shit. And dude, without her, bro, I swear to God, like, I wouldn't even be able to do what I'm doing right now, because she's, you know, the person that I started my first jiu-jitsu class with, but then at the same time, she's so knowledgeable about coffee that like, bro, when we be tasting coffee, I'm like, what do you think? Mm-hmm. I need your opinion. And she's like, oh no, this. So like, she'll break it apart and she'll tell me what's popping. And then it's like, it's not about like me getting my feelings hurt. It's just like, I know what she's going to say is like very, honest. Yeah. She about like the coffee, and it's like, she knows what she's talking about. It's super, super good. That's why, like, dude, 7C still kills it with her and Mel. Like,
that's the relationship I have with one of my editors, or my main editor. But this is like my film editor, the guy who edits the stuff I make. not jiu-jitsu related.
Oh, okay.
It's the guy who lived in L.A., Tyler. He's edited all my movies. And,
Buttery.
He knows I trust him so much now that I trust his judgment completely, and I know when a shot doesn't work. He's usually going to come to me like, hey, I don't know if you like I don't know how attached you are to the shot. I'm like, if you don't like it, I don't like it. That's the way it works. If it doesn't work and you don't think it works, then it doesn't work. Unless I watch it and I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck you, this works. But most times I'm just like, yeah, if it doesn't work, cut it. I trust you 100% because I know you're a good editor, you're a talented editor, and I like what you do. Yeah. And that's the way it is. You find those relationships, you find those people that you trust, and you're like, this is the person.
Well, dude, it's Leav and her roommate, Cass.
Okay.
Cass doesn't know coffee, but through the pandemic, we helped her kind of like figure it out just to be like, hey, as a regular consumer, do you like this or do you not like this? Because she doesn't know how to talk about it eloquently in a sense or like coffee forward, but she's like, no, I like this or this feels this way or this is, it's like, because at the end of the day, bro, like we can geek out about coffee, like even me and you, we can geek out about coffee super hard. But at the end of the day, most people aren't going to geek out about it. It's either they like it or not.
I can geek out to you like a blue belt, and you can geek out to me like a black belt can. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
good analogy.
I'll taste like, this is a little too sour for me.
Yeah.
And there you go.
But then see, it's finding your own style, right?
Yeah.
Like another great thing about working at 7 Seas, I really found my voice there. I really, because bro, like there's no like behind the scenes type shit. Like there was not roast profiles. There was not flavor profiles giving me just a lot of those Laotian coffees that I was roasting. It was like, figure this shit out. It's a bean that you've never roasted before. Let's figure this out in real time, like a jiu-jitsu move. Yeah. Take a bean with a different density or a porous, or how porous it is, or this, that, or this. You take the fucking, the formula, and then you input things, like a different bean or different altitudes or this different processing methods. And it's figure it out in real time, taste, just exhaust your palate to the end, and then do it again the next day. And then you just go from there. And then if people start responding to it, as you saw in the neighborhood, it was like, some people are like, oh, no. Or then it's like, oh, now it's good. And then it's like, then you start hearing, oh, shit, this is really good. And then you look around at your team, and shout out to my boy Josh Sitton. Josh, fucking Josh, like the fucking best. He's a great, amazing barista, and he trained Leov in the barista aspect of it. So it's like, yo, you got Josh who's fucking killing it. You had me at roasting who was doing okay. And then because even he has more experience than me and then coffee. So it's like, I skipped being a barista. I went straight roaster, just washing dishes to roaster. So it's like, you're not going to do everything by yourself. Like once it comes to the time when Caffeine and Green gets a cafe, I'm going to need a barista. I'm going to need a roaster who's going to be able to help me grow up even more at that point. But right now it's like, Caffeine and Green is simply online e-commerce.
Eventually I want to open a jiu-jitsu gym, and I want to have a coffee shop in the jiu-jitsu gym.
Yes,
that's always been my plan.
You know a guy.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's a big thing for me. JT Torres sort of does it. He has an espresso machine at his gym, but it's kind of a cheapie. But I want a legit coffee shop. I want it to be, you walk in, coffee shop, and you walk through door, jiu-jitsu gym.
Okay.
That's the way I want it.
I'm down.
That's the dream.
Let's make this happen.
Let's do it. But it's got to be in Seattle.
Seattle? Yeah. Why Seattle? Why do we do it here?
Because I want rain.
Fuck that.
I miss rain.
No, son.
I miss
rain. Dude, that's too long, bro. Okay, dude. I know we're actually at like an hour 28, and I don't want to cut this short, but we do have our dinner reservations.
Totally fine. We'll do this again. I would definitely love to do this again if you had me.
Oh, dude, I always tell everybody who's on the show, this is not going to be the last time you're on the show, period. Like, this is just the first time, and like, I'm not going to lie, as easy as we've been talking, I have no doubt the next one will probably be even longer, and just like, I know you're doing so much shit that you'll even have even more stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Stuff to talk about. Yeah. Jesus.
You're good.
Chance, I really appreciate it. Kelsey, I apologize about slaughtering your name right there. That was horrible.
Don't worry about it.
Kelsey, shout out. Chance, thank you again so much. Shout out to Legion. Go check out Jiu-Jitsu X. Where else can they find you? Do you want to do personals, or you just want to push them to the website?
They can find me at It Happened by Chance on Instagram. That's the only thing I've got.
The It Happened by Chance. Mm-hmm. Yes. On Insta. And if you can, check out Jiu-Jitsu X for all your jiu-jitsu needs. And go find my boy at Legion, right? Because you also will be on the mats.
I will be in the mats
Yes.
at Legion every day.
He's going to choke you out. I guarantee it. I've seen it firsthand.
Just watch out for the anacondas.
Oh, shit. And he's not talking Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. Chance, thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, man.
Peace.
See you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Chance. That was an amazing conversation. Dude, I honestly could talk to him forever. I'm super excited to have you back on the show when that comes back around, my G. And I wish you nothing but the best success for Jiu-Jitsu X and everybody at Legion. Yes. And again, guys, I just want to start, end with saying thank you to all of you so much who continue to support Caffeine and Green. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're streaming on all platforms right now. Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, wherever you can get it. Go ahead and listen to it. That's right, guys. We're everywhere. And like I said earlier, head on over to caffeineandgreenroasting.com. Check out that Issa blend. Check out that Southside coffee. It's amazing. And most importantly, guys, I don't know where you're at in the world, but in California, we did just shut down again. So it's round 2 for that pandemic lockdown. I want y'all to stay safe. Please wear that mask, and I will see y'all next week. Peace.